competitors.
But there is a connection because I learned a lot from him, and we have a connection. But yeah, no, this is a theme of the past week or so that I keep going, but it's not me. And you're like, it doesn't matter because you're still there, and like other people's pages. And, that's the lesson I keep getting hit with. And I have to
you haven't liked any pages from your page up to Thursday, right?
Yeah, I finally asked Dana how to do it.
The first page was ours, and the second one was Sarah's.
You did that.
It was very, very subtle how
I
you
did a couple,
that. Yeah.
and then I was like, I don't know who I like. So I will work on this.
Yeah, it's a big backlink. It's a big backlink, and interesting too. When we set up your insight so that you can then go and watch. Go back to it.
But would you go like another person's business who did what you do?
No, but that's what we've done here with being able to follow these other pages. We can now go see what they're up to. So you have 1.6 thousand people engaged this week, and Pirelli Natural Horsemanship, which has got quadruple the likes. You actually have almost the same engagement, which is just enormous. And you don't have to like these. That's why I use the back end of setting this up, because now you can be very strategic without them even knowing what you're up to.
So it's a little bit about spying. And then a
just
little bit of that.
Sideways glancing to see what other people are at,
Competitive analysis. It's always been part of marketing.
Okay.
And I've never believed in competition. I think we're all here to just lift each other up. And the cream rises to the top anyway, and you have your own audience, which we know is a little bit more avant-garde and hipster and against the grain than the typical people. So that's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. So high five on the social. I would definitely have something like that in your newsletter for sure, and even a blog post about that. In fact, speaking of blog posts, we have a suggestion. We would like to take them over for you from now on. Just give us the raw content, and if you want, just to lighten the weight a bit. But if you just give us the raw content, we would be happy to optimize them for you and set up a social sharing and create some different graphics for you as part of what we do. That would save you some time and help.
That
Especially
would be awesome.
Yeah. Especially with the graphics, once we have a brand board that you're happy with too, and infusing that with the look.
Okay. Yeah. I in the Wednesday Wisdom email, the last one and the one tomorrow, you will notice that I put infographics in both of them.
Ooh la 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 la! Wow.
You listen and learn like nobody else. It's
How did you?
So with the blog, well, I recently went through and I went to my blog and I got rid of all my separate little tags, and I put every blog fits into one of, I think it's 5 or 6 categories. So that was huge. And in doing that, I realized there's some blog posts that just need to like somehow go away. They're just not very good.
Yeah.
And I think some of them need to be reworked. So that might be a good place to start. And then as far as like the raw stuff, like just kind of write it out into what sort of state.
Into a WordPress or a audio text file.
Yeah, well, if you gave us the blog written, but it could use an edit, that would be fine.
Okay.
So a little less time consuming. If you sent the pictures along, we could set it up. If you told us what keyword you thought would be appropriate, we could make sure it was optimized for that. And then, if you had an infographic or something, we could make that your social share, or we could come up with 3 or 4 social shares that you could use whenever.
Okay. So how about, could I send you, like I could pretty quickly go through and go, oh my gosh, this is a good blog, but it needs an up leveling. Could I send you links of those? And
then, a couple would be perfect.
Okay, I can do that right away. And then, I mean, for me to not write the blog would be like such a relief. And on the other hand, I worry that
it's not going to work.
No, we need your brain in there.
We can't write them for you, but we can manage them for you.
Yeah. No, that would be great. I need to do that. He's already really good at editing me, and I allow him to do that now.
Awesome.
He pretty much, I write it, and then he takes the last paragraph and puts it on top, and short self-sentences. But yeah, so
Comma police.
we have common.
That last paragraph on top.
That'd be great. I would love to send you a couple blogs and just like let you make them look good. I'll be happy to do that. And then
Perfect.
Yeah.
Love it.
So we have 3 items we want to go through. We wanted to review the branding board again, I believe, Lindsay, and then also the blog layout and also the homepage layout.
Yeah, so I didn't actually redesign right yet. Points taken, no problem. But I wanted to move on to give you more of a feeling of what kind of car you're getting. So
yeah.
It's an all-wheel drive Ferrari.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The new Ferrari SUV that the world has never seen.
and it's all electric. So
I was just gonna say, is it electric? I just got it. That's
So no
awesome.
worries. So we took a look, I took a really in-depth look at your analytics and noticed that over 75% of your traffic is coming from mobile, which is a big thing that we want to consider when we're doing design
Yeah.
and organizing. So people, when you're on mobile, it just needs to be more streamlined. And so I have some examples to show you of ones that are really good and then what we can do for you. And then another thing, I noticed on your freebie that you lose about 50% of people who go to the page to download it, and they never download. So we were talking about, it seems like a lot of work. There's an essay they have to read. There's 3 steps to fill in. So we want to make it sound a lot simpler. We don't even need to change the substance, but we want to say, grab your first 3 training lessons for free, or just something where they don't have to work. And then
I agree. The assessment's kind of cool because based on how they answer a few questions, they get a little different email.
yeah.
But yeah, I agree. The starter kits too. It's like starter kit, and then there's just some videos, and I think that can be really refined.
Does anything come out of the assessments as far? Oh, I know why. You do the assessment so that they know what they don't know.
And it's probably part of your sales process, I imagine.
Yeah, because they segment of like, I'm new to dressage naturally, or I've already been playing with it, or I really need someone to walk me through it. And based on their commitment level, they get slightly different emails. So I can show you those too. And it's, if they say, I really need someone to walk me through it, then they're like, hey, get a personal consultation. And it's this slightly different emails based on whether they're already in my video classroom or not. So there's some weird differences.
Magic.
But we need to get them to take the assessment too.
Yeah.
If it's too much, then perhaps it goes somewhere else. But that is what the assessment is. It does actually serve a function rather than just.
Yeah.
Maybe
So I feel like
maybe that's a second stage.
And there's a
or
second
something.
step.
I feel like we could get them in the door and still give them the exact same stuff, but it's maybe more about what you decorate your door with and how they see it. If we said, grab your first 3 video lessons for free, right? Who doesn't want a few lessons for free? And then part of that email chain could still be exactly what you've already done.
Okay.
Because they're not saying, no, don't give me more. They're signing up for something small.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, great. So with those things in mind, I'm going to show you first of all what I've done. It's just a wireframe, which is just stuff drawn roughly. It's like scribbling on a napkin, and some people don't resonate with what that looks like. So if I lose you, just tell me and we'll slow down. Okay. New computer, I need to figure out how to do this screen share. 2 seconds and we will be there. Okay. All right. So I'll share my screen. Okay, so you should see a black and white outline. Is that what you're thinking? Okay, great. So this is what we're thinking in terms of, first of all, the people who come from social media and those coming through on your email list, they're dropping off quite quite in big numbers in terms of like bounce rate. So you have like an 80% bounce rate from your email list, 85% from social. So we want to continue that feeling of we love Karen once they get to your website. So completely, right now it's all about navigation and finding everything. Instead of that, we want to just build the love, like we said in the email. Okay. So this is all up for editing, but the general idea, you'll notice the big headline, it's talking to them. I'm here to support you in building partnership with your horse, empowering you to learn precision through play and structure, whatever you, and to become the best you can be. Something empowering, inspiring, like that with your signature, and a somewhat blurry but lovey-dovey photo in the background.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and then the download here, just really simple statement, whatever we land on, but why they would do it and the simple thing that they'd get for their download.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all. And then I've also simplified your navigation. I'm sure we'll keep refining this, but instead of having lots of different logins for members for the virtual class arena and the video library, all of those things, I think if we just had a members page, a members area, and once people got there, there could be the different, you know, if you're in this course, if you're in that course, click here. And so there's just one link they need.
Yeah.
And then as you go down, sorry, I meant to look at that menu a little bit longer. Yeah, so just as simple as we can make the menu so that we have only the most important items in it would be nice.
Karen instead of about, yeah. So that
Yeah.
same feeling, just meet Karen, yeah.
Right, because we want that personal connection. And another, as we go down the page, one thing that you've really got that's a gold mine is all the things that people say about you. So we want to use those a lot more as well in redoing this website. So the next thing people
I'm going
want
to use pictures as well with the people's names rather than just what they say, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the next thing would be some testimonials that can go sideways. And people start to really get that feeling, and it's not just coming from what you say, it's coming from what other people say as well. And then as we go down, so you're featured in, but kind of simple, not calling too much attention, but it's there. This here would be a featured blog post. So we probably have to do this by hand, but picking a different blog post every month would be possible, or something where we do a beautiful image and then just the headline and the main, a main excerpt from it.
Okay.
And get people in. And then once people are on your blog, there can be other things for them to click on and investigate. But right now we're just giving, right? We want people to be excited to find your website.
Okay.
So this, and then these programs, as we get into the programs, we want to redo your logos to match the branding that we come up with, but I've just used what you've got.
Yep.
Yeah, so because this is your bigger, less expensive program, maybe this could be the top one, whatever works for you.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of like just the advantages, just why would people want to be in this program? So that's all we do. And then there would be nice backgrounds on each section. So the horsemanship one, again, really focused on the messaging, what they would get from it. The biomechanics, and I don't think we need every single course necessarily to be featured like this on the homepage, but there could be some of them.
Yeah.
Because there's other ways.
Just video classroom and horsemanship.
Yeah, video classroom and horsemanship are great ones. The Sweet Spot course, I open registration for that twice a year. So it's not something.
And it's not the best place to start, just a big ticket item.
But yeah, but maybe it could be the classroom, the horsemanship course. Those are perfect entry points, and then maybe just something about like, see our entire library of online courses or whatever it is.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, there's more, and we don't want to have the page to get too long too. So we're really conscious of. How far do we go?
Because the classroom and the horsemanship, it could be like, great places to start, those are the two main entry points for most people. So yeah, I like that those are where they are on the site there. Cool.
Awesome. Okay. So, and just sort of inviting people into those entry points. Exactly. So we've got a blog and we've got a free thing and we've got 2 lower price courses, right? So many options. And then a little bit about your philosophy. In your strategy, we want to see more video if possible in your blogs and everything. So we'll put your video maybe here where people can learn more about you. And then that would go to your story, your about page, which Jonathan's working on. And then I think at the end, my feeling would be to end with more testimonials and more feel-good pictures, even if I think they should be short and sweet little bullet points that people have said. Mm-hmm. And there could be a click through and you could see more. And I think the layout, I have an example of a layout from Marie Forleo where she really nailed how she does her testimonials. They're really inspiring. Something like that would be fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
And then we have a really useful footer. I think because you have so many things to go with, that it'd be nice to have. It's a bit of a sitemap type footer. Mm-hmm. Would be my feeling. Okay.
Yeah.
And then whatever people want to find, they can find.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. And then what about the stuff I do for mentoring professionals? Like,
okay.
I think, how should that fit in? I mean, I don't think it necessarily needs to be on the homepage. So should it just stay as another section?
It could be. We could use that 3rd section because I think it's not too long. Mm-hmm. We could use this spot for it.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Okay.
That's a great idea. Yep.
Okay. So one thing that I could get from you maybe is either some messaging that you want for this little blurb area around the professionals.
Yeah. Have you looked at on my website under the professionals tab? I have this too. Yeah, if you go to my website and then on the top menu it says professionals, and there it shows my 2 main things that I do. That'll give you give you good information.
Great. Yeah. Oh, perfect. Yeah.
I totally copied Lisa Sasovich's website.
Great.
This page.
No, I saw that in a few places, but it's perfect. I mean, they put the effort into figuring out what works. So grab it.
I was like, let me just do that. But that'll give you a bunch of words. So you could probably combine those to get some sort of about it.
Yeah, I'll grab that. And then I'll want you to give me feedback on the copy because I'll need that from you. But yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay. So that's what we're thinking for homepage. And then the other pages will kind of fall into the same building emotion, keeping it really simple. We can design out another page or 2 so you can see where we're going. And then in terms of the blog.
Can I ask you a question about the homepage again?
Yes, please do.
Like how many images, like so I can try to like think about what images to put in there.
Sure.
Like how many areas for images are there? Because the number of them will kind of determine which ones I pick, because like I want to really have like the image of me, like I have an image of me like laying on top cuddling that big gray horse, but then also having her look really like I want both of those in there. They're like the cuddly ones, but then the performance ones.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you let me know like how many.
Okay.
Like,
not that many, right? So like
images.
3 or 4 at the most, it looks like. If that.
Well, sort of one behind each theme, but this would be blog. A lot of this idea, I mean, I'm not reinventing the wheel. If you look at what Marie Forleo does or Michael Hyatt, those are 2 good examples of blogs that are really simple in their text, websites that they have not that much text, but they have these beautiful images.
Yeah.
And they're designed to be really mobile friendly, like very sparse text, but you get the emotion from it.
Okay.
So one on each or him. Like he does his programs like this, and I could picture your programs being similar, having these banner images behind them.
Okay.
And we could edit the images so that they're a bit blurry behind the text, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's cool, because I think I'd like to have more images like that than like what's on my website now. It's like I looked at
Yeah.
my homepage and like there's no pictures of horses. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'd love to have a chance to have like, you know, the epic beautiful image.
Especially since that's one of the strengths that you have working with Dana and being able to just take photos.
Yeah.
So you may as well really use them.
Okay. All right, good. That helps me start to think about what pictures we can use. Cool.
Okay, great.
Lindsay,
So-
is it worth just showing Karen what you just did for the yacht stew? This is a. I know it's unbiased, but.
Jonathan, this is one that we just did with
Just the imagery.
yeah. So again, she's got some beautiful pictures, and she really wants to have that lifestyle feeling in her website.
Yeah.
I think color is coming across funny, but just sort of the
Okay.
the big images, right?
Love the Instagram feed you found.
Thank you. So so that's the sort of thing we can do, and that would be wonderful. And so if you want to send me those pictures, then we'll have those in hand before we actually do the Photoshop design.
Okay. Yeah, and what I can do is send you like them in categories, like of, you know, if you need a yummy picture, it's one of these three, and if you need a performance picture, use one of these three, you know, so that way, you know, you can find the one that looks the best with the type or colors or whatever.
Okay.
But there'll probably be some different categories, like, you know, this is a horsemanship type picture, this is a dressage type picture.
I think they're pretty easy to change too, though, so it shouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah, no, but just so you
We're not
know,
talking
like,
about them, so.
so that you put, you know, the horsemanship,
Yeah.
place, but you can have a few to choose from in
That
case
would be
it works better in a certain area.
It'd be really handy, definitely.
Okay.
And another thing is, if you have specific testimonials that you would prefer that we use on your homepage, or people that you prefer we quote, that would be useful as well.
Okay, cool. I can get those to you.
Great.
Oh, that's so much homework. I love it. I didn't want us to do something, so this is good.
Chomping away. Chomping at the non-bit.
Exactly.
All right.
Good use of the term.
Oh, the horse joke.
Trying.
I'm just reading to go.
Yeah. Okay, so this is just a quick overview. Again, if we were to go into your blog, single blog post, it would be fun to update it with a less visually crazy style. Crazy being used lightly. Cleaner is the right word. So it could look something like this. This bigger image at the top. Maybe this sort of a graphic at the top too. That would be kind of fun to brand it with. And then as you go down, just one main column, no sidebar. It's much more popular these days, and because of mobile, it's what people do. But then you can use full width banners too, so they're the width of your blog. So it's not like you can't advertise, it's just a little different. It looks nicer.
Gotcha.
And then of course your opt-in and related posts, all that stuff. So yeah, and we'd love to see more videos happening in the blogs, which we could use you know, in the featured image spot or anywhere.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's what we're thinking. And I just wanted to look for a little bit more. Yeah, we wanted to really leverage your content too. So if we could get our hands on those blogs that you want us to redo, and then we can pull some clips out for social media and all of that as well, and support you better there.
Yeah. We've also been deep in discussion with a good connection of ours who is one of the world's leading HubSpot experts. That just the best way to take what you've got right now and use what they have to the best possible effect, but also keeping the flexibility and the easiness of WordPress as well.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Lots going on in that sort of technical department of how HubSpot works.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't want to move your blog over, but it looks like WordPress is the best for building this part out, and we'll just go from there. We can get the analytics because there's a tracking code you can use from HubSpot on the WordPress site, which is nice. So
Okay.
yeah, it should be good. I'm a little unclear as to the current website. I mean, I really have to dig into your notes, but what is the dressagenaturally.net actually sitting on?
It is sitting on our programmer server.
Okay.
So I'm not sure but that's where it's hosted.
Okay.
The server at this
Is
point.
that the Vicky McLeod? Okay. Is there
Thomas.
Yeah.
Vicky Thomas? Okay.
Yeah, Really Fine Web Design is her company.
Is it possible to, I know in your document that you said that we'd have to have that conversation. Is it possible we could start talking to her about getting some access into that site?
It's up to you.
Sure.
It's no push. We can build without it. It just would be, it'd be ideal, but if that's not comfortable yet, that's fine too.
Yeah. We'll work on that.
Funny story. When Lindsay first approached me at a meetup and then pitched me on redesigning my website probably 7 years ago, and we agreed to work together, I had to tell my previous web designer that I wasn't going to work with her anymore. And it was really strange because I had to call her up. Her name was Della. And I said, Della, this is kind of really weird, but it feels like I cheated on you. But I've been waiting for a year for you to come up with something, and you haven't, and I need to move on. And she was quite relieved, actually, that I'd done it because I was growing bigger than she was. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Vicky's been awesome, and she has told us that she's planning on retiring in a couple of years. I think for the homepage, that's
I don't think it's gonna be any
no problem. But the video classroom is the worry, because we're gonna have to update that to match everything, and that's where our subscription site is, and it is just a bear. I don't want to move it, but it's I say that, but at some point we just need to hire a Joomla programmer and just keep it where it is, because we finally got it working. I mean, we made
We
this
have one.
10 before there were like
yeah
templates for such things.
So we would just, the best option there would be it's its own self-contained program, and there's not really an easy way to integrate it into anything. So we're just gonna.
But if at some point we can up level the design to match everything, and I don't know if Vicky said she would still help us with that.
She can do the design, but I think she's can either decide to or not. But she basically said she was going to stay on with a few customers, which would be us and maybe a few other people. But for the dressagenaturally.net site, I don't think she's going to care about that. It's nothing. The video classroom site, I'm sure if we said you had to go tomorrow, she'd be fine with that. But we'd love to keep her as long as we can. Yeah. She's great, and she's really just an expert and just knows us, and everything's working. So we're not going to blow it up unless.
But she might work with us to
that's what we would hope.
Match the branding, and she's just awesome with that, and she knows how to keep it running.
Yeah, basically, if you give her a design, she'll make it happen. So that's the other thing. So we could easily conceivably just do that. So that's
I think
certainly able to do. But just as far as it's not going to get moved to another platform, at least in my mind today.
The video.
I think
it doesn't
would be to have a conversation. Get the dressagenaturally.net on WordPress, do that, and then ask if she will work with us to up level the branding to match, and to still run the classroom and work with us on the rebranding. That would be my ideal.
Okay.
Because she's a little bit of my security blanket, keeping that thing functioning properly, and she's awesome. So she's going to keep doing that with us. I'm thrilled. But
it would be great if she could help us transition to a new design. I don't know if that's all included in what we're talking about, because it's a completely separate website. So, but
no, but I think
even so we can. Yeah, we want to help you with the logo and the look and feel. It doesn't necessarily, to the extent.
Okay, and that she'll be fine with. I mean, that's all. We always provide that anyway. She didn't create that logo.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool.
Okay, so when we start our development work, we'll start it separately on our own server, and then they'll give you time to sort of work with her. Mm-hmm. But if we could access the back end of that, which I don't think we have access to, it'd be really nice just to see how.
The admin part, or
how
I mean, I
everything
Give
is
you
set
my
up.
login to the admin.
That would be really nice.
Or,
Yeah, the biggest, it's she won't let you on her server.
That's okay.
But
I get
the
it.
admin, but you could look at the admin if that helps. If there's something specific with that, we can let you probably look at that without.
I mean, if I just give
But she's
you,
gonna, you'd have to use Karen's.
if I just give them my
she'll see.
login to admin, is that what will work?
Yeah, no, that at least would give me a chance to see how things are being done and how extensive things are on the back end.
I can do that.
Okay, that'd be wonderful.
In there.
Nobody will know unless they're checking IP
Should know a
address,
different IP address checked in.
right? What's Vancouver got to do with this?
Yeah.
We need to buy our own VPN or something.
You might get caught right away. Who knows? She's got
Yeah.
it pretty locked down.
Oh, that's good though. I mean, that's a
Yeah,
positive.
No,
she's watching out for us.
She's
Yeah.
good.
We
Okay.
do have a very good Joomla connection though. If
Yeah, we may eventually need it. So, there's no telling. But I think the first thing is the DressageNaturally.net site should not be a problem.
Okay.
And the other thing is a redesign of the look is fine. But just as far as the platform's got to stay Joomla. So, and we will eventually need another Joomla person. But she did say she's going to stay on another year or two at least. So
I think it'll be all right.
it's going to be fun.
It'll be a hard conversation for me, but it's probably harder for me than for her. So I don't like difficult conversations.
And we're not a large portion of her business or anything. So it's not.
Okay.
We'll be all
And
right.
it's not that you're not happy with her service. It's more of a
evolution.
2019 evolution. Yeah.
Exactly.
She's not offering what you guys are doing for us, so
Okay.
so
Okay.
it'll be all right. It'll be all right. We'll get you that.
Okay. And we're really good at working with other people, other teams.
I don't know.
We can be friendly. I promise. You haven't seen it.
I believe it. No, it'll be fine.
Okay. Well, that's all I had on my list of things that I wanted to run past you.
Okay.
Now that I feel like you are on the same page with me on this, we can go back to the brand board, and I feel like now we have more to work with.
Okay.
So we'll give it another shot. And no worries, if we have to do it 10 times, we'll do it 10 times.
And we got more of a pinky purple color coming out from your clothing as well now.
Cool.
Yeah.
I do have a question for you, Lindsay. Like in playing with my logo, whatever.
Yes.
I can come up with, like, I'm having really fun playing with, it's the same basic pose of the horse, but just doing it over again.
Mhm.
And if you could, like, what I have trouble with, like, I can come up with the shape and the gesture, and I'm playing like crazy and learning how to do kind of cool things on it. But I don't know, like, what you need in order to make it easy to reproduce or to be printable. So, like, if I send you, like, kind of like, okay, I've got the outline. Like, can you send me different ways to fill it in? Like, how do I color the thing? And it
Okay.
might just be like,
Why don't you
here's,
just show what you got instead of trying to explain.
well,
it.
like, well, here's, okay. Uh-oh. I have,
Ooh, we're getting a little bit of screen glare, but I'm seeing where you're, ooh. Okay, I like,
I have that.
yeah,
But-
more
And
modern.
I know how to, like, I know how to make the circle go away. You know,
Hey.
but
Yeah.
so it's colored in, but
Yeah.
like, is that the way to color it in? Should I use a different thing? Should I not color? Like, if I sent you basically an outline,
Mhm.
can you give me ideas, even if it's not the horse picture? Like, no, fill it in with like crosshatches, or no, fill it in with like,
Okay.
don't use a gradient, or I think, or I might just be able to send you a whole bunch of outlines, and then like you go from there.
Kind of it.
'Cause
Yeah.
I'll be a little bit particular about like the shape of the horse, but how it fills in.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm kind of digging like a modern, clean version.
I like that.
I
Good.
am having fun, but at some point it's like, I'm not a professional graphic designer. I don't know how to draw it in a way that like, okay, that can be embroidered, or that can be printed, or that could be, you
Right.
know,
Yeah, do we need to think in terms of 2 colors or 4 colors? I guess
that's
it's
the part I'll need some help with. But maybe if I just do a bunch of them and send them to you, then you'll have an idea, and
Yeah.
then you can play with it,
or just say do it differently
or whatever.
or
But does that make sense?
Yeah. Does it
But-
give you the option to save it as an SVG file, or is it just a ping or a TIFF or a JPEG? It'd be interesting to know what options you get to save it as.
Let me see.
Probably.
Copy and resize, add, share. Oh, PSD, PDF, JPEG, PNG, or TIFF.
PSD is great. If we could get the PSD, that'll give us, it should give us pretty
the
open
layers and everything.
views. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll play with a few of them and just send stuff to you, and then I think you'll get an idea of kind of where I'm going with it, and
Yeah.
you and me, maybe we can
Go back and forth.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right, and yeah, I am open to ideas on it. I think it just has to look, you know, the look of the horse has to be, I'll be a little bit particular about, but otherwise I'm really open to different stylings.
Okay. And we want it to kind of go with your icons, but you don't want to be on the hook for designing the icons. So we can definitely take those on.
She's okay with doing them, but
I just don't think I'm very good at icons. I guess we just have to know what are the icons for?
Right.
What's it an icon of? And then I can probably then I'll have ideas. But if I don't know if it's an icon for, it's hard.
So right now you've got the icons for things like biomechanics, gymnastics, all those different pieces. Would you not want to keep those as icons?
I don't know. Like, where would they be used? I guess
they're just using the video classroom right now. So I guess that's probably what she's.
No, on the homepage there's a little icon for the free.
Oh,
there's a little icon for the video classroom.
It could be really. I think it would be fun to have them because you use them in your emails as well. And then if you
It can also be on Instagram highlight stories as well.
Oh
yeah.
That's what she's talking about.
Which ones are we talking about?
You're talking about the ones in the circles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I have them on a picture here. Hang on one sec and I'll grab them. Yeah, those are the only ones. There's other icons on your site that I don't think we necessarily need. Like there's one for free stuff and one for start here. And I think
those icons on the circles, like those are pulled from stuff I use, but the one for connection, which is just basically the horse head kind of colored in, like I like that. Like I could make all of them look more like that one.
There you go.
I mean, if they need to change. The other ones are just like graphic representations, but I realize it doesn't really mean anything unless you know.
Well, and also they look a little dated. They look a bit more like in the 90s, that clip art stuff. And we want to bring it out to, I'm sorry.
Well,
it's mostly the
they were created. Actually, those were created by a professional graphic designer, but it was.
He was kind of stuck in the 90s.
It was he actually is. Okay, so the one on, I mean, the icon that's the connection, the horse head, like, does that look okay?
I think so.
I need to see it to answer you, but I don't see it. Is it with the other ones in the video library?
Yeah. It's connection. It's kind of purplish horse head.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. I just want to take a look at it. Yeah, the one I didn't love was the splat kind of those like
it's an asterisk.
Oh, okay. And it's but that's just my personal opinion, and that
I didn't know what else to say. It's like, and
more
other stuff.
And more stuff. I guess that's it. It's very general, right?
Yeah, I didn't know because there's all sorts of other stuff, and I didn't know how to say that. So yeah, feel free to come up with something new for that.
We need splat.
I don't think we need an icon for more. I think we need icons for things that we know are specific. Okay. And maybe if we can't be specific, maybe we need to realize why. So foundation, okay, yes. The connection one, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that one's the strongest out of them.
Yeah, that one I did.
See?
Yeah. All right, so I'll make more icons. Okay.
So yeah, and for foundation biomechanics and gymnastics, to have something that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Now I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay, I can do that. Woo.
Fabulous. Good. Awesome. Okay, so we have a few homework things. I'm going to outline a few more pages or a couple more pages, And you guys are going to send us a couple of blogs that we can play with.
Okay.
And some image ideas for banners for homepage and stuff. I'll add the professionals to the homepage, and I'll grab some words for that. And then if you could give me your login, I can look at the back end of the website.
Okay.
It would be awesome.
I can get a lot of that to you. When do we have to leave? We probably have some time. I can get that to you before we leave this evening.
Maybe.
Or later tonight. So yeah, I can get a lot of that stuff to you within 24 hours.
Yay, that's awesome. Okay. And then Jonathan, you had
Thursday in our virtual coffee, I'm going to focus a lot on Instagram stories, and I have an app that actually reflects it's called Reflector, so I can actually show you on my phone how I'm doing it, because you can't do stories on desktop. So I want to do a deep tutorial on how to best optimize the stories, because I think that's going to be a huge opportunity for you.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't wrapped my brain, or every now and then I make myself do a story, but then I feel like it's going to be gone. Why am I putting it here?
Well, yeah, and the interesting thing is you live and learn.
I know.
I found out something I did not know, is that they don't go. There is another button that I never knew about. So when you have it, you see the little clock up in the top corner?
Yeah.
When you press that, and I never knew this, all your stories are still sitting there.
But is that just visible to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could
So
use
you can go back and highlight those stories from any time you like, because they're actually there. And Maddie showed me it, because I talked about it. I said that, when they're gone. She went, no, they're not there. Is this at the button? I went, are you kidding me?
So can you repost them or
You can add them to your highlighted pieces.
Okay.
So the 5 circles that we're going to have. Sorry, Dana?
I got to go delete a bunch of stuff.
troublemaker.
But yeah, they're all here, and I did not know that they saved, behind the scenes. So yes, live and learn.
Yeah, and we want to set up those. So when we get icons, we want to set up those as highlight reels.
Yes.
There's an almost unlimited number that you can have, but basically your main categories that you deal with.
So they're similar to this kind of thing.
Oh.
They're very simple.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Or they could be beautiful.
They can be
Beautifully simple. Yeah.
As long as they're authentic, we are in to win.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's gonna be so fun. I'm sort of excited about somebody reworking my blogs.
Good.
We're excited about that too, because there's such good new info in there.
Yeah. There's good stuff, and you have a great amount of depth in your blog. You have so many posts that it's fun to bring them up. Yeah.
If I were to eliminate one of my blog posts, just if I feel like it's just like, is it not good to just delete it, because then there might be a link out there and someone gets an error? Or how do you just like redirect it to something that's similar? Like,
yeah, you would want to redirect. It's called a 301 redirect, and so in HubSpot, it's hopefully something simple.
It should be.
If it's just not simple and you can't figure it out, let me know and I'll.
Okay. So that would be the way to do, is just redirect it to something that's similar, so in case there's a link.
Yeah, the same general, but also make sure that it doesn't have, it's not bringing in traffic. So check your analytics and see the numbers on it. If it's getting a lot of hits, you might not want to get rid of it. You could just update it.
Okay. That's a good idea. All right, I can do that.
Awesome. And then linking poor performing blogs to top performing blogs and stuff like that can be another strategy.
Okay.
Great. So Jonathan, was there anything to close out with?
So I want to do Instagram stories, but I'm still doing some homework myself around that as I learned this new feature. So the virtual coffee is literally just a couple of people right now in between programs. So it's perfect tutorial time. So we'll do that Thursday if that's okay.
Yep, we've got that on our calendar. Awesome.
And I must introduce you to Kim. She hasn't been on the coffee calls. Kim Sykes, who's the author with the book Gifted.
Mm-hmm.
She's a major horse person.
Oh, really? Really?
and has major horse allergies, as I do, but still overcomes them because she can't resist being on her horse.
Wow.
Mhm.
She just has a horse as a hobby, or?
I believe so. Yeah, she is very high up in a veterinary practice school that I didn't even know about. So lots to connect you two with.
Yeah, yeah. Be curious to see what kind of is
Yeah.
she a horse vet? Or is she, yeah, you don't know. Okay.
4 legs, a head, and a tail, right?
Cool.
I don't know. But yes, I really want to connect you because I think there's a passion there that she would love to express to you. So
Cool. Awesome.
brilliant.
Sounds good.
Okay, you guys, thank you for the time.
Thank
I know
you.
you have another meeting, so we'll let you go.
And all the research is done, we can plow straight ahead. So
Okay. Thank you. So
thank
exciting.
you. Okay.
Awesome.
See you guys
Okay.
soon. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye for now.